Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll share with you all few meal prep ideas that I follow which saves so much of my time and also gives me some peace of mind from everyday's hassle. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Mornings are what usually goes very busy for me because I have to do a lot of cooking in a very short time window. I have to prepare breakfast, my son's lunchbox and my husband's lunchbox all in an hour time period. So I do meal prep every weekend so that all mornings are easy for me. The main base of many Indian cuisine breakfast is chopping and cooking onion and tomato before adding other ingredients. So if you prep this beforehand, you can make so many dishes in no time. So let me show you how I prepare my master sabzi. Mostly I prepare sabzi for 2 people, me and my husband. And since these onions and tomatoes are big, I add half onion and half tomato. According to that, I have taken quantity of onion and tomato that will last me for 1 week meals. For example, here I have taken 4 onions and 4 tomatoes, which I'll divide into 8 equal portions so I can prepare 8 meals for a people of 2. Similarly, you can take them based on number of people in your family and the size of the vegetables. I have peeled the onion, now I'm washing them thoroughly. I'll be using food processor to chop. This really eases out a lot of work and saves so much of time and energy. Alternatively, you can also chop it into tiny pieces with knife. These are actually 8 onions. I'll use half of it to prepare sabzi mixture. I'll tell you later what I'll do with rest half. First, I'm adding oil in a pan. This is roughly around 2 tablespoons. Once the oil is heated, I'm adding all the chopped onions. And I'll cook them till they turn golden brown. Meanwhile, I'll chop these tomatoes. In these 2 bowls, I have 4 tomatoes in one bowl, little coarsely chopped, and another bowl has 8 tomatoes finely chopped. Onions have now turned golden brown. Let me remind you again, these are 8 onions and I need only 4 onions to prepare my master sabzi. So here I am dividing them into 2 equal parts and then I'll take out half of it and keep it aside. And with rest of the half, I'm adding tomatoes. These are 4 tomatoes. Mix it and cook it till the tomatoes are well cooked. Tomatoes are cooked well and our sabzi mixture is ready. First, let the mixture cool down to room temperature. I'm adding it into this silicone tray. I'm dividing it into 8 equal parts. And then I'll keep them in the freezer. These cubes are freezed now. I'll remove them from the tray and I'll transfer them into a Ziploc bag. So this is how they look. I'll also show you how you can use them towards the end of this video. I'll pop this back in the freezer and it will stay fresh for more than a week. Next prep that I do is I prepare a few cubes of master gravy. I usually add 1 onion and 2 tomatoes for my gravy and curries. So based on that, here I have taken 4 onions and 8 tomatoes. I have added both in pan and I'll cook it till tomatoes are well cooked. I do get time to prepare curries and gravies for lunch and dinner. So I only make 4 to 5 cubes of this gravy to use in emergencies, like if I'm feeling sick or I'm feeling lazy or during weekends if we are out and we came back home late. So it's really convenient to have this handy during those situations. It's no longer sticking to the pan and losing out oil, so it means it's done now. Let it cool down to room temperature and then grind it into a fine paste. For working people or busy people who like giving healthy home cooked meals for their family but don't have time to prepare, you can make this in larger amount for the whole week. Prepare it on weekends and for the whole week you can easily make different types of gravies and curries in no time. I'll share with you how to use this towards the end of the video, so keep watching. I'll pop this in the freezer. Next, I make ginger garlic paste and this one I make for a whole month. For that, I take ginger and garlic in equal quantities. Wash them thoroughly with water. Now I'll peel all the ginger. One of the easiest method that I have came across for peeling a ginger is by using a spoon. It peels ginger quick and easy. Now I'll chop them into smaller pieces so that it grinds easily. I'm using measuring cup to measure easily. Here I'm taking 1 cup of ginger. I'm using pre-peeled garlic pack because I hate peeling garlic. It's very time consuming. Here I have taken 1 cup of garlic pods. These are slightly bigger, so I'll just roughly chop them for easy grinding. I have taken it in a mixer jar. To this I'll add 1 teaspoon of vinegar and 1/4 teaspoon salt. These acts as natural preservatives and keeps ginger and garlic paste fresh in the fridge for a very long time. I have grinded it into a fine paste. I didn't have to add any water during grinding, but if you want you can add little at a time until it turns into a smooth paste. I transferred it into a glass jar and I'll keep it in the refrigerator. Next I'll make mixed spice powder. First I'll add 1 cup of coriander powder, then half cup of red chili powder, 1/4 cup of cumin powder, 1 tablespoon garam masala powder, lastly half tablespoon turmeric powder. Mix it all up. These are the spices that I add in most of my meals. So instead of adding each individually, I prepare and keep this mixture so that I can add 1 or 2 spoons of this and I'm done. Next I shred and freeze coconuts into cubes. I removed coconut from shell and have chopped them into small pieces. I'm using this shredder blade to shred coconut in food processor. This helps in quickening the process of preparing chutney or curries in everyday basis. Filling it in this tray. Now I'll pop this in freezer and once it hardens, I'll transfer them into Ziploc bag. Next I'll shred and store carrots. I have peeled all the carrots and I have washed them thoroughly. It comes really useful while preparing fried rice and noodles and many more dishes. I also add it in many of our breakfast meals and my son's meals to make them more healthy. I have transferred it into Ziploc bag. Now I'll keep it in the freezer. Similarly, I'll also chop and freeze beans. I also chop all the vegetables I need for that week. I transfer them into Ziploc bag or airtight container and I store it in the refrigerator. I have also chopped capsicum into smaller cubes. I freeze and keep these 3 together, capsicum, beans and carrot, because they mostly go together in many dishes. Next, I squeeze out juice of all the lemons. I'm transferring the juice into this small ice cube tray and I'll freeze it in freezer. Whenever the dish I'm preparing requires adding lemon, I just add a cube of this and I'm good to go. Next, I'll chop and freeze garlic pods. This also comes very handy for many dishes. For example, I use this for tempering, for preparing garlic bread and so much more. Lastly, though I would like to clear confusion of those who think frozen food are unhealthy or spoiled. Let me tell you a little science behind how food decomposition works. Once you cook food and it comes to room temperature, the microbes from environment starts acting on decomposing that food. And if you leave that food outside on countertop, it will get spoiled by the end of the day. But if you keep the same food in fridge, microorganisms activity slows down in cold environment. So it decomposes food slowly. Hence your food may stay good in fridge for 2 to 3 days. And if you keep food in freezer, microbial activity completely stops in freezer. Microbes can no longer work in decomposing your food in that low temperature. So if you take out the food from freezer after a week or even a month, that is as fresh as it was when you first prepared it. The food in the freezer don't spoil even after a month, but its taste starts changing a little. So I prefer to freeze and use up these meal preps in a week. Now let me show you a few examples of how I use them to prepare my meals. First, let's prepare pasta. First, I'm adding oil in pressure cooker. Adding a cube of master sabzi cube. No need to cook, I'm just defrosting it. Add pasta. A teaspoon of mixed masala powder that we prepared earlier. Ginger garlic paste. Salt as per taste. Adding water. A little vinegar. And a little soya sauce. Mix it all up and pressure cook it for 2 to 3 whistles. Pasta is ready. It hardly took me 10 minutes to make it. My family likes it a little soupy, but if you like dry, reduce the amount of water. Next, let's prepare chicken curry. Add oil in pressure cooker. Add dry spices like cardamom, clove and cinnamon. Add ginger garlic paste. Cook it till the raw smell goes. Next, adding chicken pieces. A teaspoon of mixed masala powder. Add 1 master gravy cube. I have taken 2 coconut cubes. To that I have added a little water. Now I'll blend it into paste. Gravy cube is melted and everything is well combined now. At this point I'm adding coconut, mixing it all up nicely. Lastly, adding a lemon cube. Little water to adjust the consistency. A final mix. Now pressure cook it for few whistles. Curry is ready now. So you see, I prepared the whole curry in so much less time. Also, another advantage of meal prep is your whole kitchen remains clean. There's barely any mess, so it also saves my kitchen cleaning time and energy. And yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you found these tips helpful. If yes, then don't forget to like, share and comment. I'll see you in next video. Till then, goodbye.